If you want to make your lessons more engaging, more visual, and a lot easier for students to follow, then learning how to use Prezi in the classroom is a great place to start. In this video, I'm going to walk you through simple ways to use Prezi for teaching, lesson planning, and student presentations so you can turn ordinary classroom content into something that feels dynamic and memorable. And if this tutorial helps you out, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more easy software guides just like this. Let's start with one of the best ways to use Prezi in education, which is visualizing big picture concepts. Instead of presenting information as a long list of separate slides, Prezi lets you build a more connected learning experience. A great strategy is brain mapping. Put your main unit topic right in the center of the canvas. This becomes the anchor for your lesson. Then branch out with subtopics around it, such as weekly lessons, key themes, vocabulary, or major concepts. This helps students see how everything fits together instead of treating each topic like it exists on its own. It also gives them a clearer sense of the learning journey from start to finish. For example, if you are teaching a science unit, you could place the main topic in the center and branch out into smaller sections like experiments, definitions, important processes, and review topics. If you are teaching English or history, you can do the same thing with themes, characters, events, or ideas. This kind of layout is especially useful for visual learners because it shows relationships between ideas in a way that is much easier to understand than a traditional linear presentation. Another powerful classroom use for Prezi is building timelines. This works especially well for history, literature, biographies, and any subject where sequence matters. Instead of showing students a flat timeline on a slide, Prezi allows you to create a chronological path through the material. You can zoom into a specific date, event, chapter, or turning point, then zoom back out to show the larger historical era or story arc. That movement helps students understand both the details and the bigger context. This is great for keeping students engaged because you are not just reading facts off a screen, you are guiding them through a visual journey. For a history lesson, you might start with an entire decade, zoom into a major war or event, then move back out to compare it with other developments happening at the same time. For literature, you could map out the plot of a novel, zoom into key scenes, and then return to the overall narrative structure. The result is a presentation that feels more like a learning path than a lecture. Now let's talk about student presentations, because this is where Prezi can really shine in the classroom. Instead of assigning a standard slide deck, you can have students build their own Prezi presentations. This encourages them to think more carefully about how ideas connect. Since the layout is spatial, students cannot just stack bullet points on top of one another. They have to group ideas logically, organize their thinking, and decide how the content should flow from one point to the next. That extra structure can lead to stronger presentations and better understanding of the topic. It also helps students practice important communication skills. They learn how to summarize information, design a clear visual path, and explain their ideas in a way that makes sense to an audience. Whether they are presenting on a book report, a science topic, a historical figure, or a class research project, Prezi gives them a creative format that feels more interactive than a regular slideshow. But while Prezi is powerful, there is one important thing to keep in mind. Do not overdo the zoom effects. Excessive zooming and spinning can actually make students feel distracted, disoriented, or even motion sick. The best Prezi presentations are clean, intentional, and easy to follow. Your camera paths should be straight and purposeful, not chaotic. Every zoom should have a reason. Every movement should support the lesson. Think of Prezi as a way to guide attention, not to overwhelm it. The goal is to help students understand the content, not to impress them with motion alone, so use zooming sparingly, keep transitions smooth, and make sure your path feels natural from one idea to the next. When used well, Prezi can make a lesson feel polished and professional without becoming distracting. And if you want to save time when building lessons, be sure to use Prezi AI. This is a really helpful feature for teachers who want a fast starting point. You can type in your lesson objective, and the Create with AI tool can generate a structured, foundational layout for your next lecture. That means you do not have to begin from a blank canvas every time. Instead, you can let Prezi create the base structure, then customize it with your own examples, class content, and teaching style. This is especially useful when you're short on prep time or need to build presentations for multiple classes. You can use AI to get organized quickly, then refine the presentation so it matches your lesson goals. It is a simple way to speed up planning while still keeping your teaching personal and effective. So to recap, Prezi can be a fantastic classroom tool when you use it the right way. Use brain mapping to show big picture concepts, build timelines for chronological topics, assign student presentations to encourage logical thinking, keep Zooming clean and intentional, and use Prezi AI to save time creating lesson layouts. Those simple strategies can make your classroom presentations more engaging, more organized, and easier for students to remember. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe for more classroom tech tutorials, and let me know in the comments how you plan to use Prezi in your lessons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.